Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, your home for discussing Nigeria and its development. So as a background to why we do what we do, we Nigerians, we have been waiting on the Nigerian government to become responsible enough to fix Nigeria. And we've been waiting for years upon years and nothing has changed. And we're still waiting. I mean, it's like we're doing the same thing over and over again and we're expecting a different result. And you know what they call that? Madness. So what I do is to motivate all of us to have a people-led development strategy, because I believe strongly in the Nigerian people, and I trust that with the right motivation we would be able to develop Nigeria, to create a Nigeria that works for everyone. I mean, look at what Nigerians are doing all around the world. So that being said, today I want to talk about how a developed and structured private sector, a productive private sector, can lead to creating a more responsible people, a people that strive to create an environment that is conducive and workable and great for everyone. But before I do that, please click subscribe below and also ring the bell so that you don't miss on any of the contents that I share, because we need to keep interacting. It's quite important that we keep interacting. And please, if you like my video, click the like button. Thank you. So now back to what I was saying. We Nigerians, we do not feel responsible towards Nigeria. We do not feel like we own Nigeria, and it reflects in everything that we do. It reflects on how we dispose refuse on the road, how we speak of Nigeria. We tend to be happy to spread bad news about Nigeria, even when it's false, even when it's not verified. And no one runs out there spreading bad news about themselves. So the only reason why we do this is because we do not feel like we own Nigeria, like we are Nigeria. So whenever there is bad news, whether it's true or false, we jump out and we talk about it. And there are a lot of other ways that we express that we do not really feel like we own Nigeria. And that is understandable, because we do not do things that people who own a country should do. Because we do not directly build a country. Because how do you build a country? There are ways to build a country. One of the most obvious ones is by contributing towards its revenue, such that the needs that need to be met are met with your contribution. So you find that we own a country where most of the wealth, most of the revenue is derived from the sale of natural resources. And these natural resources, because of the very nature of how they are deposited, people do not tend to feel like they own it. It's a very natural thing. So for instance, crude oil is deposited in the south of Nigeria. The oil companies drill and sell and remit to the government and all of that. And most Nigerians don't even feel like it's happened. Like some don't even know the color of crude. Do you understand? So when resources are being embezzled, or when there is news out there from an anti-graft agency that a certain person has embezzled resources, you find that we do not feel the pinch like we should. You do not feel that collective anger that should come from somebody actually robbing you, because at the end, to start with, we didn't even feel like we owned it. And that is why when these kind of things happen, you begin to hear silly banter like, oh, so because now it's a Niger Delta, and also because now it's a Northerner, you found your voice. When it was someone from your place, did you do anything? Did you say anything about it? And these banters are so silly, because most of us who banter this way, the stolen wealth don't get to us. We don't even know where they are, how they are spent. We are still in our own little poverty room. But then we defend these people. And the only reason why we do that is because we don't feel any pinch, we don't feel any sense of loss. Now imagine that we had a private sector that was structured and productive, such that the government had to depend largely upon the revenue obtained from its income taxes to run the country. Just picture it. Picture that every Emeka and Sons and Tunde and Co had to pay income taxes on their earnings. They had to, the tax structure was so well put together that you could not escape taxes. So every revenue that you make, you're either spending money paying a tax lawyer to pay down your taxes, or you're paying your taxes. Just picture that scenario. And then imagine that the EFCC comes out and says that a certain somebody has embezzled funds. Do you think we would go tribalistic? Do you think we would say things like, oh, now it's from my place. No, we would not. We would come together and feel a collective sense of anger. And that anger is the starting point. Because when we come together and then we're angry and then we feel the sense of loss, we're going to react differently. Because the people of a country have a role to play in the direction of the country. And I strongly believe that if we had a structured tax system and if Nigerian citizens paid income taxes, and they began to feel the pinch of every untransparent government transaction, of every embezzled fund, then we would strive to have an accountable government. We would do it. We would not think what it would cost us. So today what I'm saying is this, that when I say that we need to have a productive private sector, it's not only about creating wealth. Of course, wealth is great. It's also about creating a responsible and conscious people who understand, love their country, and own their country, and do what they need to do at all times to ensure that we have an accountable government in place and we have a workable society fit to hand over to our kids with pride. Thank you very much for watching.